is Andrew Wallace, and this is my industry interview. My major is business management, and I am here at UK because I was originally doing mechanical engineering, and I found that it wasn't for me. I transferred from the school right here, University of Alabama in Huntsville, and I got tired of engineering and decided that I wanted to do something else in life, so I decided to come to UK to study business management. Eventually, I'd like to either end up owning a distillery, brewery, or a bar and restaurant, but we'll see what happens. First, I want to get my degree and then potentially work for a larger distiller. My industry interview was with my mother, who is a pharmacist. She's third generation pharmacist, owns her own pharmacy, which has been in my family for over 50 years. She has her undergrad from the University of the South, also known as Sewanee, and then she has her pharmacy degree from the University of Kentucky. Basically, I chose her because I couldn't find someone to interview in the beverage and spirits industry, and both pharmaceutical and the beverage industry have a lot of regulations, so they have a lot of similarities in how they operate. Some information: the store has a fountain on the one side, and on the other side it's the pharmacy. The fountain has different sandwiches, chicken salad, tuna salad, pasta salad, milkshakes, malts, all the classic things that a soda fountain would have. It's pretty rare these days, there aren't many left. And also we have a bottle collection of old bottles, and the one right here is actually our old label from probably say 30 years ago, give or take. The requirements for an upper level management position in most companies, it's pretty similar across the board, but to start you need work experience, which is what most jobs need. You need 1 to 5 years is expected, preferably closer to the 5 year, but not everybody always has the experience. The education, most management positions would like you to have a degree because you're more well-rounded as a person and you have a lot more to offer to the company, and they're less likely to give jobs to candidates that do not have a degree. No matter what the degree is in, they prefer to have a degree. On-the-job training varies from job to job. For example, in the pharmacy, you would have a different computer system for each type of pharmacy because every one of them uses a very similar system, but the learning curve is slightly different for all of them. It's not so much to put in the prescriptions, that's more the pharmacist's job. It's just so they know how to work the POS system and all the different systems in the pharmacy. Some challenges in the industry, which doesn't matter which industry you're in, everything is starting to become automated. We actually just got a new machine, which is pictured here, and the machine basically takes the place of a pharmacy technician, and it fills the prescription and prints the label all in one, and it speeds up the process heavily. So over time, you'll have less to pay for when it comes to salary, which is also very similar to the spirits industry, how they used to hand label all the bottles, and the bottles are now just printed off label by label. Some of the companies still do it in the spirits industry as like a novelty, and some people really like that, but for the most part, a lot of the bigger names tend to stick with automation because it's just faster and more efficient. Another big thing is for the pharmacy industry is the mail order pharmacy is pretty big now, which is essentially you go to the doctor and then your doctor sends your prescription to the mail order pharmacy, which is a big warehouse similar to the way Amazon works. And the company basically mails your prescriptions to you. And if you have any questions, you can just call them and their pharmacist there will tell you. But the problem with that is it's similar to larger stores such as Walgreens, CVS, or Rite Aid, and the fact that a lot of their pharmacists are more there to just write the prescription and go home. They're not really there to make you feel better or make you learn about the medicine because they just don't have the time or the knowledge to help you out. So that's how a smaller pharmacy would be beneficial to you versus a larger one. The community and the environment are pretty big, important roles. The community, we have a girls AAU basketball team, which is pictured below. We've been sponsoring basketball teams. We fell out of it for a few years, but we're back into it, and we have a team every year. And now we also have been delivering for a while to the nursing homes and elderly and people that just can't get out. It's nice to help the community in that way because sometimes people just need the help. And for the environmental side, we use LED lighting, and we're about to transition the whole store to fully LED lights. But we're also recycling, and we're doing the cardboard for now, but we might transition into more sets of recycling. The paperless business is the future, where essentially all your records are online on an iPad or in the cloud. And that's one thing that'll be nice to transition into. The thing about business is that a lot of people think that it's easy, but it's actually not. There's a lot of paperwork, and it's pretty convoluted and messy. For the spirits industry, you have the ATF regulating you, and for the pharmaceutical industry, you have the DEA. And both of those, if you even mess up a very slight amount, you could be spending years in prison. There are different things in place to make sure there's safety, there's privacy laws, and then you also have, for the workers, you have all your OSHA regulations and your employee rights, such as minimum wage laws, which differs from state to state. But for the most part, you have to have a safe workplace and environment for your workers, and it's just it's not challenging, it's hard to keep up sometimes because the laws change and they don't always, you have to keep up to date with the laws. But there's also, since we serve food, we have to have a food establishment permit, and then we have to have a DEA number so they can buy the drugs. And for a spirits industry, you have to have a distiller's license or a brewery license, depending on which business you're in. And you also have to have certain regulations. You can't be within so many feet of a school, church, a lot of local laws. There's city laws. It just depends on which industry you're in, depends on the laws. But that's what makes it so difficult. And because every city, state, and county are different, so you just have to be careful and go slow with it. In conclusion, I really want to go into the spirits industry. I'd like to own my own distillery one day, but first, I think I'm going to start out and get my degree here at UK, and after that, I plan on pursuing a job with one of the larger distillers, whether it may be Diageo, Brown-Forman, Beam Suntory, one of those companies. And then once I go from that, I would like to eventually go on, as I said before, to open up my own distillery or brewery. But also, I'd be okay with opening a bar or restaurant as well. As long as it has something to do with the distilling industry or brewing industry, I could combo that into a business. Thank you for your time.